Alex here. A little quick video today, but it's gonna be absolutely jam-packed. I normally do one guitar per video. I like to kind of really show each one off individually and do a little jam with just that guitar so you get an idea of how it sounds and everything. But the way it worked out, I just finished up a huge batch of guitars last week, the end of last week, and they are getting ready to ship out today, starting today. Some of them are going to be shipping over the next week or so for customer coordination reasons. But you know, it's so many guitars at one time. I just can't make videos individually for all of these. Maybe one day, you know, if YouTube becomes sort of an income stream or whatever, that I might be able to focus a little more on doing individual demos for every guitar. But for now, these all need to go out, and I figured why not just make kind of a big, huge video showing them all off at one time. And it kind of can show you the amount of guitars I work on, because I realize I don't get to post that many YouTube videos, and for someone who just knows me from YouTube, you might think, oh, this guy builds one guitar a month or one every 2 weeks. I actually usually work in batches of about 4 or 5. This latest batch was, I think, 8 guitars or 9. There's a few that have already gone out and a few that I'm still kind of putting some final touches on, so you'll be seeing those in coming videos, possibly. But this is pretty much the biggest batch I've ever done at one time, which is cool. You know, I'm building more guitars, sending more guitars out to cool musicians all over the world. You know, I love it. But yeah, on the video side, I apologize, this may be a little quicker. It might seem I'm kind of skimming over some of these because they're all pretty much equally as cool. So without further ado, you probably noticed this sweet thing in my hands here. This is a Astro Vibe. It's our kind of our version of if like a Meteora and a Jazzmaster kind of were fused together. This is a special one, a little bit high spec. We've got the Mastery bridge and vibrato, 3 hand-wound Jazzmaster pickups, and the switching on this one is taken from our Type 1 Dreamweaver model. So these are Mustang style switches that control both the output, you know, the on and off, and the phase of each switch. So when they're all on the same side, all 3 pickups are on and in phase with each other, so you get kind of the normal sound you would expect. But as soon as you offset one of the switches, that pickup will be out of phase with the others. So it's just switching the polarity, basically. So you can get any combination of the 3 pickups in or out of phase with each other. So very dynamic switching on this one. Thought it was a really cool idea. Sprayed in Sonic Blue, Nitro, blocks and binding, Bird's Eye, Maple Neck, with a reversed Dreamweaver headstock. Very cool little touch. Cream binding, perloid block inlays, Indian rosewood. So yeah, that is the Astro Vibe. If you want to see a more kind of in-depth video on the Astro Vibe, we have one for an Aztec Gold model that I built a few months ago. And it had a tough set bridge and Fender vibrato, a lot of cool stuff going on with that one. So yeah, definitely check that one out as well. But yeah, as far as this one goes, it is absolutely sick. I thought a little bit, I kind of thought that having 3 pickups and all the switching going on, it might look a little too busy. But now that I see it, no, it's not too busy at all. It just kind of looks rad. So One of the coolest Astro Vibes we put together. This is only number 3. But yeah, I would love to build more like this one. Maybe with like a nice relic metallic finish or something. You know me, I love the relics. So yeah, this is triple pickup Astro Vibe. Next up we have this bad boy right here. And this is one I'm really excited about. This is the first Stargazer model that we have released. This is officially Stargazer number 1. Stargazer was kind of designed to be a cousin to our Space Cadet model. They're both kind of double horned, you know, offset style guitars, but the designs are quite different, and I wanted to do something very different with this one that kind of, I thought, justified, you know, a new design. They both feature the Stinger style headstock, the Arrowhead headstock. This one is sprayed in rose burst, so it's a rose gold in the center and a like burgundy mist around the edges. It's a little hard to pick up because the colors are so similar. It's a really like a subtle burst, but I kind of love that about it. It's like a sleeper. So the Space Cadet features an offset vibrato, and that's kind of the central thing that it's designed around. And on the other side, the Stargazer is designed around a Mustang style vibrato. This is actually a vintage Mustang plate from a 71 Mustang, I think. I had it lying around and I had no other plans for it. I have a couple of vintage Mustang plates that aren't being used right now, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw a regular Fender, you know, a reissue Mustang vibrato in here because it's actually a little known fact. The pivot point is the knife edge on this plate. So the hole, the cutout for these two posts that the cigar tube pivots on, that knife edge on the plate is very important for a smooth functioning vibrato. And some of the modern ones come a little bit rough to where I have to do a little sanding and, you know, shaping to kind of clean it up. But these vintage plates, they were almost always pretty perfect. So threw the vintage plate on here to get that extra just little bit of smoothness and stability. You know, people like to kind of boo-hoo on the Mustang vibrato because it's tougher to set up, and I understand. I mean, it is, you know, if you don't really spend a lot of time trying to tweak it and making very fine adjustments, then yeah, you won't have great tuning stability. But once you get it balanced, once you get it set up, it's just so smooth and fluttery and rewarding that I think it makes it really worth all the extra work. We have CTS pots on this guy, 500K pots, Songbird, Firebird pickups, on and off switches for each pickup, just Jaguar style switches. This is a Blocks and Binding maple neck, nitro vintage tint finish, Fender F tuners, matching headstock, of course. Got the sparkly logo instead of the script logo. This neck has been plecked, so and then touched up by hand as well. Rolled edges, dressed fret ends, you know, perfectly cut nut, all of that. And perfect fretwork is kind of an understatement on this. It's just wonderful, just a joy to play. You know, the plecking is not something I normally do, but I had the option to get this neck plecked for free, so I went ahead and did it, and yeah, you know, something to think about in the future. So yeah, this is the Stargazer. Stargazer number 1. This one actually just sold on Reverb yesterday, so I'm getting ready to pack it up and send it on home. So I did kind of want to at least show this on video, walk everyone through it. So yeah, that is the Stargazer. So this one, this is a fun one. This customer, he was inspired by the Chase Bliss Mood built guitar that had this really cool 3-tone fade finish, like an ombre kind of thing. So he asked us if we could do a shell pink to seafoam green fade and do a matching pickguard as well. And I was absolutely in love with that idea. It has the matching seafoam green headstock. Basically it looks like you just dipped the whole thing in a vat of shell pink. This is a satin poly, so no shininess to it. And this is a flamed roasted maple neck. All white plastics, even the rhythm circuit switch, which I thought was a really nice touch. Fender vibrato. This is an American Pro bridge with the nylon inserts to keep it from rocking. Holds tune beautifully. So just a very, very cool one. I freaking love the look of it. I've been calling it the Elf Bar guitar. So yeah, Vibe Master, Seafoam Green, Shell Pink, Ombre. Okay, next up we have this old Steed with the offset vibrato. This one is finished in Lilac Frost Nitro. Matching TV Gazer headstock. I really like how I managed to fit the old Steed text up there in the little curve. Kind of looks cool to me. We got Perloid button modern style tuners. Got a rosewood fretboard. Thin maple neck. We've got Jazzmaster style pickups. This is a wide range humbucker in a Jazzmaster casing, and this is a standard Alnico 5 hand wound Jazzmaster pickup. Just a really, you know, when the customer Aiden said he wanted a TV Gazer headstock, I was like, wow, why have I never thought to do that? That probably would look cool. And yeah, it does. It does indeed look cool. So yeah, this is an old Steed. Very, very cool little guitar. This is another Vibe Master. Another one with a flamed roasted maple neck. Clusen tuners. Did the amber nitro gloss finish on this one, so we've got even the fretboard is glossy, the back of the neck is glossy. NOS relic level on this guy, as clean and perfect as we can get it. Another Mastery bridge and vibrato on this guy. There's just this little extra like 5-10% of smoothness that the Mastery offers that just makes it really exceptional when you do use one. They're pricey, but they're worth it. We got Lawler 58 Jazzmaster pickups on this one. We have standard Jazzmaster wiring with CTS pots. I really like all the blacked out plastics on this. This is an anodized gold or an anodized black pickguard. so everything, you know, that's great for shielding and keeping everything quiet. But yeah, the blacked out look, and then the gold with the amber on the neck. Other than that, kind of just your standard Vibe Master that you've seen from us many times before. I do like, he wanted the little Texas Feelgood logo on the headstock. Eric, the customer, really enjoyed that little detail. So this one is one that I actually finished up back in December, but surprisingly, it has not found a new home yet. It is available on Reverb right now for a very discounted price. But I thought this one was super cool, and I just kind of wanted to build it for my own reasons more than anything. It is a little different than what we normally do around here. This one's a collaboration with No Moon Laser. He does a lot of reclaimed wood and like pine caster, barn caster type bodies. He puts a Tele configuration on everything, which it's probably no secret that that's not really my favorite. But I was a Tele guy before I was ever a Strat guy or before I was ever an offset guy. So there is part of me that will always just love a classic Tele as far as playing and sound goes. But, you know, I've always found, or not always, but I've for a while now, since I got into the offsets and everything, I've kind of found the aesthetics of a Tele to be a little boring, you know? So this is basically just a Tele. I mean, this is our TV Gazer style neck, TV Gazer headstock, a little bit different, kind of pointy version of a Telecaster headstock. But yeah, it's a kind of supersonic inspired body. It's offset, kind of. I really liked this body shape because it looks so similar to a Telecaster. You know, you've got a similar like horn and you know, it's like a single cutaway kind of deal almost with the size of this upper bout here. But it's like a Telecaster style guitar for offset lovers. So what's not to love, I thought. Apparently, this isn't exactly what a lot of people are looking for, but I have faith that someone out there will be really thrilled with this guitar. Basically just your standard kind of, I went for like a 52 Blackguard kind of spec on this. It's basically, it's like a 52 spec, really thick, chunky kind of baseball bat neck. It's like almost, I think, it's just under 1 inch all the way up. So very little taper to it. It's very thick and full in the hand. Rolled fingerboard edges, you know, dressed frets, all that good stuff. These are hand wound Blackguard style pickups made by Tone Hatch, I believe. I'll have to check what I used on these, but they're 52 style, you know, Blackguard Tele pickups. Got a CRL USA Tele switch. We've got CTS pots, standard Telecaster wiring, Telecaster plate, electro socket jack, Switchcraft jack, vintage style tuners, the cool circular string tree. Just like, you know, in specs and parts, it's pretty much identical to like a real classic style 52 Tele, just with this cool reclaimed pine offset body. So it's, you know, if you're someone that really loves a classic, you know, 50s style Tele, but you're more into the aesthetics of offsets, this is for you. So yeah, this one, I meant to make a video on it when I first finished it, but it just didn't end up happening. I've been really busy and had a lot of other builds to work on, so I couldn't really take the time to make a full demo walkthrough video for this one. But since I'm kind of doing it fast and quick today, thought I would just show this one off a little bit. We put the strap button on the neck plate because I thought it looked a little better. Just a really cool, you know, no neck dive or anything. You know, very comfortable to play, sitting or standing. Yeah, next up, so this is our Cobain JS bass. This is the first JS bass we've made. I've seen a couple other people do kind of a version of this same thing, but I really like our take on it. We softened up a lot of the edges. It's not a slab body. We have contours, you know, really soft round over. This one's finished in graffiti yellow NOS polyurethane, so real tough, sturdy, glossy kind of finish. It's got a Kloss carbon fiber neck. Full disclosure, really not a fan of this neck. We had it, you know, I agreed to use it, kind of thinking that I looked at some of their other necks, and they seemed to have, they had some with Fender style heels, and seemed like it would kind of fit better on a Fender style body, and it would be all right. But we actually had to put on our research and development hat a little bit with this one, because it uses a very unique neck bolt pattern. You can't just use your regular neck plates with these. Had to custom make a neck plate. They don't, curiously, they don't list the heel measurements or any routing templates, or and the measurements they do have on their website are actually not accurate to what we measured on this neck. So got a lot of weird quirks. There's this extra bit on the end of the neck that has no frets on it. So figuring out the scale length was a challenge. You know, and where to place the bridge, you know, being that the neck ends right here and has this extra bit on the end. Just very, you know, the heel is rounded on the edges all the way around the bottom. You know, it's not flat like you would normally see. So we actually had to make you might not be able to see it. We had to actually make a rounded neck pocket that this could completely fit in like a glove. So very complicated. This one gave Boris a lot of headaches. All that aside, it plays great, you know, no high frets or anything. The neck is great, it's fine. I just wish that it had been a little bit less needlessly difficult to get it to work with our bodies. So back to the guitar. We have DiMarzio Blade P-Bass pickups and a Curtis Novak wide range bass humbucker. Jaguar style wiring with a strangle switch in case you want to get some kind of trebly guitar sounds out of it. Yeah, very cool. Graffiti yellow, carbon fiber neck, white Jaguar bass style knobs, Babbitt's lightweight bridge, custom control plate, custom neck plate. Yeah, turned out really cool. You know, all my griping aside about the neck, you know, I really dig how this thing turned out, so yeah. Alrighty, so next up, we have another one that I actually finished actually quite a long time ago. This one was from 2023. This is a 1966 Fender Mustang that has obviously been refinished to be like a 69 competition burgundy Mustang. Has the purple burst around the edges. This is not the best lighting, but you can still see it. Daphne blue competition stripes. I'm very careful This is one thing that kind of, you know, when they released the recent Ventera Mustangs, the size and the angle of the stripe is completely off, and it just kills those for me. It's like they got so close to reissuing this finish, but they messed up the stripe, you know? So when I do stripes, these are all taped off by hand, you know, taped and scraped so that all the lines are straight and even. And I pay attention to the placement, the size, the thickness, to get them as close as I can to the vintage Mustangs. So yeah, this is probably one of my favorite finishes I've ever sprayed. We have the matching headstock as well. Really beautiful finish checking on this one. You kind of see it in the reflection there. You can see my camera too. It just has all the mojo, you know, that you would expect from a vintage Mustang. You know, the original neck finish is intact. This is one that someone had already tried to spray this finish before. They did a very poor job, if I say so myself. But luckily, and they had already, you know, painted over the headstock and everything. But luckily, the original neck finish was intact. Came with the original white button F tuners. Came with the vibrato. The pots and electronics had been changed out. They had put some cheap hot rail pickups in it. The wiring wasn't functional. It kind of came to me as like a bit of a basket case, and you know, a victim of some very inspired modding. So you know, since they attempted to do this finish and failed, I thought, hey, let's do right by this thing and actually give it the competition burgundy nitro finish that it deserves. So this is a really great player grade vintage Mustang. It's got the coolest finish a Mustang can come in my opinion. A lot of vintage parts like the vibrato, the tuners, but there are a lot of reissue parts. We have Q pickups, Mustang pickups, hand wound in Croatia. My absolute favorite Mustang pickups that I've ever heard. Switchcraft switches, you know, full-size pots and everything. This is a reissue bridge, so there's enough replaced stuff on it that it's not gonna cost you quite as much as, you know, an all-original 66. But I would way rather own this than any all-original 66 anyways, and I say that as someone who owns a 66 Mustang. Albeit refinished, but you know, this thing is just sweet. The neck wear is just perfect. You know, this is how I try to do my neck aging when I do it. Some nice flaming. Yeah, just a very cool vintage Mustang. If you're like me and you love the competition burgundy finish, but you know, if you probably know as well as I do that if you get an original one, you're gonna be looking at almost 10 grand. And to me, that's how much my car cost. I could never pay that for a guitar. So this is kind of a way, you know, if you want a vintage Mustang and you want this finish, you know, you can find something like a basket case 66 or 60, you know, an earlier 60s Mustang. It doesn't have the contours, of course, but that doesn't bother me personally. But yeah, this is a great way, you know, if anyone wants to do something similar. This one is sold, but if you want a vintage Mustang with this finish, you know, check out the 66s, 67s, you know, some of the ones that wouldn't have necessarily had this finish originally, because they're usually a little bit less money, especially if they're stripped or, you know, had a bunch of parts changed out. So you can kind of make your dream vintage Mustang for a lot less than buying an all-original one. And I've gone to painstaking efforts to replicate this finish as best as I possibly can by using pictures and images of the originals, and sending paint swatches to people who own the originals. Like, there was a whole process involved in matching this finish. So if someone wants a vintage Stang like this, you know who to hit up. that just about does it for this batch. It's gonna be a little sad to see some of these go, but at least I got to come on here and make the video, kind of immortalize them on my YouTube so that we can all go back and look at them anytime. I'm gonna try to do a quick little jam with some of these. I don't think I can use them all, but we're gonna do a little jam. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at what I work on in the course of and finish in the course of 1 week. And I'm doing this all year round, so just keep in mind that what you see online, even what I post on Instagram or forums or anything, it's maybe 25 to 50% of what I work on. There's a lot of stuff that I just kind of don't post because it's not necessarily something new that people have seen, or a lot of finishes that I just do. I do a lot of refinishing and finish work, so there's a lot of bodies and necks and various parts of guitars that I'm always painting, and I kind of don't post those except for every so often. We are very busy around here. I work my ass off, quite frankly, and so does my business partner and my assistants. We're all very, very dedicated guitar nerds, and we love what we do. Hit us up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy the demo and video, and we'll see you on the next one.